you like an introduction to your responsibilities? Your job is to investigate cursed dolls suspected of harboring souls and committing crimes, particularly murder. You'll run a series of tests with each doll. If a test yields abnormal results, the doll reacts in any way, mark it with a red check mark. If the doll shows no reaction, mark it with a green X. Audio test. To do an audio test, place the doll in a secured room on a chair and play the audio through the computer. Name call. To call the doll's name, interact with the glass in front of the doll while it sits in the secure room. Photograph capture. To take a photo, place the doll on the chair in the back of the secured room and use the camera. Compare the developed photo with reality. Temperature test. To measure the doll's temperature, use the thermometer while looking at the doll. The room's temperature is between 16 to 25 Celsius. Any other value shown from the doll is an anomaly. Physical discomfort. To inflict pain, stab the doll with the scissors while it's in front of you. Your items are a flashlight for dark areas, a thermometer for temperature testing, and scissors to inflict pain. If you cannot find an item, use the Highlight All Items button on your computer. The computer also provides help with items and tracks your progress. The report section shows tested dolls and any mistakes. Without an active assignment, you can retry any doll or read its result, which is not required. To start working with a new doll, ring the bell on the table. Study the document on the table before testing. After completing all tests, place the doll in either the OK box or the dangerous box. If it has shown any unusual behavior, even outside of testing, put it in the dangerous box. Dolls in the OK box will be returned to their owners if alive. Dangerous dolls will be further investigated and destroyed. Some dolls are neutral, meaning that they have shown empathy and the soul within them is human-like and harmless. These dolls can go in either of the boxes. In case of a blackout, find a power box in the storage room and flip the switch off and on to restore power. Good luck, 61. Your work is essential.
Okay. This should be interesting. How do I drop this? G. Okay. Simple enough. G. To drop. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me much better. Turn up the game volume. Do-do-do. Just get these all over here. So yeah, this game is called Playthings. Very interesting. Guess we'll do the first one today. Assignment is active. Sandra. Owner Ingrid Cable. 9 years old, female, deceased. Description. This doll was owned by young Ingrid Cable. It was found next to a lake where Ingrid has tragically drowned. Despite Ingrid carrying Sandra everywhere, the doll was found tossed next to the lake. It was never discovered as to why Ingrid committed suicide, or even if it was a suicide. Looks pretty normal. Looks like it's about average temperature of the room. Nothing. Might just be normal. Nothing. Well, I guess we just move on to scissors. This is the fun part. Oop. Nothing. Looks normal. I'd say it's all good. I believe we can check on the computer. Yeah, report. Sandra. Yep, we did it correctly. Let's go. Sorry if I'm being very quiet. It's kind of late. Alright. Millie, owner Danny Furco, 6 years old, female, alive. Description. Dana Furco has ran away from home only to be found days later in a shocking state. The only item that Dana had was her favorite doll, Millie. When Dana was found, she and her doll was lying next to a corpse. The body was found out to be Gregory Furco, Dana's uncle, who has gone missing a few weeks before the incident. Sorry, just some weird noise. Huh. Ooh, creepy things happening in real life. Can't happen to me. I'm doing this like at 11. 11 at night. No defects.
Millie.
Nothing. Nothing still. Around average temperature. Nothing. I think this is another closed case. Looks like that's good. What's in here, actually? I need to explore a bit. What's this about? Eat a hide. Huh. Well, that's comforting. Definitely doesn't mean I'm gonna have to hide in there eventually. Might as well explore this place. You said the lights are in. Or what's behind that giant door? Alright. Karen. Owner Cyan Stewart, 10 years old, female, deceased. Description. Karen is a bride doll given to Cyan at the age of 9. Unlike typical imaginary conversations children have with their toys, Cyan would engage in responsive dialogues with Karen. Not only would Karen reply to Cyan, but she would also occasionally tell Cyan what to do. At one point, Karen reportedly asked Cyan to play on their apartment's balcony. While playing dangerously close to the edge, Cyan fell 8 stories down. Suspicious. What have you got to say for yourself, Karen? Not a welcoming sight at all. You have some truths to reveal, huh, Karen? We already failed one of our tests. It ain't looking good for you. Just do the audio test now. No response.
Karen?
Tricky. Ooh, yep. That's a big no. No response. Cold temperatures, failed photo check. Definitely getting bad vibes about it. Alright. Past audio check. Past name call did not pass that. Temperature chest also failed. Check again if we did well. We did well. Let's go. That's all that matters, is that we're doing well. Anna, owner Wendy Kobayashi. 11 years old, female, deceased. Another dead girl. Description. Wendy always loved playing with Anna. One night, when Wendy's parents weren't home, she was left alone. Tragically, when her parents returned, they found that Wendy had bled to death from her head wound caused by one of her other toys. The lights weren't working and her room was in complete disarray, with toys scattered everywhere. According to the police investigation, the ceiling light, Wendy's lamp, and her phone's flashlight all stopped working around the same time. Since it was already dark outside, her room was left in pitch black darkness. It's possible that Wendy became frightened and tried to escape, but tripped and fell on a sharp object. However, the cause of the sudden blackout remains unknown. Suspicious. Somebody tells me I'm going to need my flashlight soon. Photo check has passed. Let's actually do these two first. Temperature, fail the temperature check. Nothing. I have a feeling I'm gonna need this.
Anna.
I was right about that. Don't like the music that's playing right now. Definitely reacted to her name being called. Interesting. I'm afraid you have to go. Definitely reacted to name call. Failed the temperature test and the physical discomfort test. It passed. Alright, let's send this thing out of here. Don't need you freaking with my lights. Nice. Okay, next one. Oh, we got a cat girl. Look at that. Meow. All right, here. So we have Claudia, owner Peyton High, 7 years old, female, alive. Alive this time. Description: Peyton brought Kalia at a shopping mall with her mother. The doll has a sound effect that plays when it's pushed too hard. Therefore, during physical discomfort tests, ignore the doll's meowing. Peyton's parents reportedly seen the doll move rapidly around Peyton's room, a behavior that is certainly not part of the doll's design. Although Claudia has never harmed anyone, the parents remain concerned. Understandable. Alright, Claudia, you sit right here. Might as well just get the test out of the way now. Meow. Alright, let's see if you're haunted. That's not good.
Claudia.
Ooh. That's a bit aggressive. Nothing. Main call definitely resulted in reaction. Nothing in the photo capture test. Definitely failed the temperature test, and physical discomfort was expected. Yeah, I can't take the risk. That's 5 done. Good. Alright, who do we have here? Maria. Owner Claire Green, 11 years old, female, alive. Description. Maria was considered an ordinary doll until Claire noticed something strange. Whenever she blinked, the doll would disappear. Eventually, the doll was found near the Green family residence, carefully placed in a basket. Almost as if it were a baby. Assuming the doll was simply a gift from a neighbor, the family decided to bring it inside. Interesting. So you're a slippery little one, aren't you? Slippery, slippery. Still negatives. No reaction?
Maria?
That's not good. Ah, there she is. She couldn't escape. But then I closed the door. Who knows what she would have done. Get back in your chair. We're not done. It's a reaction to her name and failed temperature test. No reaction. Okay, good. Alright, next one. This will be number 7. Ooh. That one doesn't look so good. Let's see here. Abby. Owner Jenna Wonder, 18 years old, female, alive. Description. Jenna was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, ESPD. In addition to her exhibiting hostile behavior toward her classmates, she also tortured and disfigured her doll, ripping out its eye and hair, burning it with a blowtorch, and throwing it around. Despite her parents throwing the doll away, it mysteriously returned to Jenna's room. On one occasion, she even buried it, yet it reappeared without any signs of disturbance. At the burial site or disturbance at the burial site or dirt on its surface. However, the doll stopped returning after Jenna was sent to prison for attacking a boy at her high school with a knife, leaving him with a scar across his arm. Since then, the doll remained motionless. Oh, can I get out, please? Thank you. Oh, yep. You are definitely ugly. No offense. Something tells me he'll definitely react to getting physically abused again. So we're gonna see what happens. If I die, it's expected. Alright, doll, sorry. Please no more. I couldn't fix her, I couldn't. I tried to fix her instead, she has broken me too. Now look at me, I'm a monster. Please, I beg of you, don't destroy me. This one's pretty innocent. Alright. Since you seem to have empathy, you won't be destroyed, but I still gotta finish these tests. It doesn't matter.
Abby.
I think the doll was soothed by that in a way. I think that one deserves a second chance. Definitely. Alright, hopefully I did the right thing. Yep, I did. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Who are you? Vivian. Vivian Marks, 6 years old. Female alive. Okay, so Vivian Marks is the girl. So Vivian, the doll named after its owner, was found beside the lifeless body of Vivian's mother. The mother had been brutally strangled, allegedly thrown around, and beaten before ultimately choking to death. Vivian, the child, was questioned about the incident, but was asleep during the commotion as it occurred in the dead of night. The doll, which Vivian typically left in the living room, was discovered right next to the mother's body. Vivian was traumatized and has been placed in the care of her father. I think this one's particularly evil. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get these tests out of the way first. Normal temperature. Normal-ish. Nothing. Something tells me it's about to get real when I start playing audio.
Vivian.
Interesting. You passed all the tests. Maybe it's just coincidence, I guess. Oh, Vivian might have done it. The girl, I mean. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see. That was correct. Must have been the daughter then. Huh. Cruel twist of fate. Sometimes you can't blame haunted beings for other people's evil misdeeds. Oh, that is a big problem. Andy, owner Devin Stokes, 8 years old, male, alive. Description: Devin Stokes was created by Andy during arts and crafts with the help of his teacher, and it quickly became his favorite toy. Ever since Devin brought the doll home, the Stokes family began hearing strange noises at night. At one point, Devin's father found the doll placed in various locations, some of them which were too high for young Devin to reach, or even locked away. Though there had been no overtly threatening behavior from the doll, the family decided to return it to the school. However, the doll mysteriously reappeared in Devin's room overnight. Even more unsettling, the doll somehow been placed or had entered Devin's mouth while he was asleep, nearly choking him. It seems... Cut that out. It seems the doll was most likely going to move again. I wonder where it could be. I said high shelf. Looks like I found him. Aren't you a troublemaker? No change. Check the temperature. Nothing. Still the same. Getting similar reactions. But even outside the test, this behavior is still warranted for destruction, so it doesn't matter.
Andy.
Just to check if he has any other properties, I guess. Well, time for you to get in the bin. This thing, I got an idea. I'm gonna keep you in my sight. Do this quickly. Son of a gun. Where did he go? Tricky little shit. Oh, really now? Pulling the levitating thing, huh? Very funny. Very cliche, too. Time to go. Enough of your bullshit. Good. Pretty sure I was correct on that one. Yep. Didn't matter if he passed all the tests. You committed weird behavior outside of them. Still matters. Tina, owner Katie Malone. 11 years old, female, alive. Description. This doll was found next to the deceased father of its owner, Charles Malone. He had been stabbed 28 times across his body. Ugh, Julius Caesar style. And his neck had been slit. Tina was covered in blood. Just behind her laid a blood-soaked knife. Katie, her mother, and her brother have since moved away. But when questioned, Katie refused to speak. The 11-year-old remained silent, her face frozen in traumatized expression as she clung tightly to Tina. Interesting that girl's still hanging on to the doll. Oh shit. Oh, that legitimately spooked me. Anyways, on with the dialogue. No. No, no, no. Not again. Please, not again. I will do it again if you hurt my best friend. Who are you? Are you going to hurt Katie too? What are you talking about? What are you afraid of? He. Every day when Katie's mom went to work, every day she was alone with her dad, he'd come to her room and he'd bring a camera with him. Oh, this is sick and twisted. Katie kept telling him, I don't want to, Dad. She kept begging him. He forced my best friend to undress or take pictures, and he would. The flashes. I began to hate seeing the flashes. During the first couple of flashes, it was stone cold expressions. And it was tears. And screams. Bruises. Oh, this is legitimately awful. Oh. Know that Katie didn't enjoy the thing that her dad was doing. She would fall asleep crying, not talk anymore. Not even her mommy. I had to stop that. He was hurting my best friend, and I wasn't happy about that. So I went in the kitchen to grab a sharp knife. Went to the father's room. I came closer, only noticed he was putting the photos he took of Katie on his computer. I had enough. I lashed at him. And stabbed. Stabbed. I wanted to see that monster dead. No one is going to hurt my best friend. I didn't intend to hurt. Did not. I'm sorry. Katie's going to be at peace, and that's all that matters. He deserved to be buried underneath the jail, as I like to say. So, of a man whose morals will let this pass. Some people deserve a second chance, you know? Temperature is pretty level. Still, one should not resort to murder always.
Tina,
One should not condone murder just for the sake of doing the right thing. Not always. As hard as that is to believe. Sometimes people just deserve to rot, you know? Alright, so past everything except the photograph capture. Nice. I'm not even worried about this one. Not even worried. Not even worried anymore. Alright. We have Tracy, owner Camellia Williams, 8 years old, female, deceased. Ooh, not looking good for you, buddy. Camilla was peacefully playing in a park with Tracy when everything took a sudden and violent turn. Other children nearby began to levitate and were forcefully thrown around. 2 boys and 1 girl tragically lost their lives in the chaos. Meanwhile, Camilla, who had dropped Tracy and fled the scene, was grabbed by an unseen force and hurled violently to the ground, her body crushed beyond recognition. The only survivor was a boy that was hiding in the bathroom covered with metal doors. Despite the horrific events, the investigation needed no concrete answers or even any evidence to explain what happened. Someone tells me this ball is very violent. Because he's already not looking at me. That means you're pretty guilty, aren't you? She passes the photograph test. Definitely doesn't pass the temperature, though. Oh, jeez. I have a bad feeling.
Tracy.
You really are a violent one, aren't you?
Tracy.
She really doesn't like it when I do that. I'm afraid you have to go pretty quickly. And look at that. Look at that smug smile. Definitely need to get her out of here. Okay, let's look at this. Passiality test definitely didn't pass name call. Temperature chest test, it failed. Alright, get this thing out of here. Get this out of my sight. Good. I'm not even gonna bother. You're an interesting one. Set you right there for now. Bella, Owner Patricia Moore, 14 years old, female, deceased. 14? Yeah, I have plushies myself. One can never be too old for plushies. Description. Patricia Moore died from self-inflicted injuries, a result of enduring depression. From a young age, she struggled with low self-esteem and was extremely gullible. Ooh, that's sad. She often spent her time alone in her room in complete darkness. Her mother would occasionally bring her food, but every time she entered, she would hear another voice before stepping in. The mother suspected that Patricia might be talking to her doll, as Patricia would make eye contact with the doll when the mother walked in. Yet the mother swears that the voice she heard was not her daughter's. One day, the mother attempted to speak with Patricia, flipping the light switch in an attempt to break the silence. Patricia immediately freaked out and yelling at her mother to turn the lights off, warning that if she didn't, Bella wouldn't talk. And this girl is dead, and we don't know why. Didn't describe in the report. Very suspicious. Something tells me if I turn off the light, something's gonna happen. Test the photo test. Definitely too cold. God, why do they make me do this test? So she wouldn't talk if the lights are on.
Bella?
Oh, geez. You are worthless. You are empty. You are nothing. You are a nobody to everybody. A somebody to nobody. No one loves you. No one will ever love you. The only right thing for you to do is give up. 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 Nice try. Doesn't look like you'll win this time. What an interesting phenomenon. It's like a manifestation of depression. Alright. Looks like her eyes changed too. Interesting. Get her out of my sight. Who do we have here? Lily. Owner Francine Jeffries, 8 years old, female, deceased. Description. Lily was a gift given to Francine on her 8th birthday. Tragically, on the same day, Francine and her entire family were murdered Ooh, that's really tragic. It was reported that at exactly midnight, within a span of 1 minute, Francine, her brother, and both parents were decapitated. There were no signs of forced entry. And no other family members were present at the house at this time. Despite the efforts to investigate the horrific event, no one could find any leads, and the mystery remains unsolved. Oh, so this thing can probably... Okay, I thought I had, like, human-like eyes for a second there. So this thing could potentially decapitate me. Interesting. I'm gonna go French Revolution on my ass, huh? Maintaining pretty normal rep temperature, so it passes the temperature test. Oops. No reaction. So it's passed all 3 of those tests for now.
Lily?
Do you want to play a game with me? Francine always loved to play with games with me. You killed her in the same fucking day you met her. Let's play a game that Francine and I loved the most. Hide and seek. Looks like you live to see another day. Holy shit. Okay. Definitely way too fucking dangerous to be left alive. Oh, that was close. Nice, clear record so far. We're at 13. Olga, Lisa Winston, female, 8 years old, alive. Description: Olga was given to Lisa as a gift from her mother. Lisa and her best friend began playing with Olga, recording videos of her on their phones. However, they soon noticed something strange. Olga was missing from the footage. Upon realizing this, they saw that the doll had started to turn and move slowly on its own. Panicking, the girls dropped their phones, but one phone's light stayed on, shining directly at Olga. This caused the doll to freeze in place and let out a terrifying scream. The girls immediately told Lisa's dad, who reported the incident, and the doll was taken away. Interesting. So something tells me he's going to react to photography. We're going to see. Let me get this. Sorry. Let me get this close to myself. Alright, let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh, it's just the camera. So I definitely failed the camera test. Definitely failed the temperature test.
Olga?
I don't know what to do here. She's at the door, I see. That's why we have flashlights, baby. That's why you also keep the door closed. So we don't get murked by dolls. One last test, sweetie, and you'll be out of here in no time. And probably dead. Jeez, you really do not like children. Actually, yeah, the only thing that didn't change was the physical discomfort test. He failed every other one. How funny. Alright, time to get out. Got some crazy ones now. Guess we're going for the next one. Victoria, owner Riley Callows, 4 years old, female, alive. Description: having owned the doll since infancy, Riley would become very upset whenever Victoria was taken away from her. Riley's parents eventually decided to remove the doll after hearing unsettling words that their barely speaking toddler kept repeating. Victoria told me, "You two will die in 3 months. Vicky doesn't like you, Mommy. She wants to kill you." Concerned, their parents threw the doll out while Riley was asleep. Soon after, the lights began to flicker. The next morning, young Riley found her parents dead. During the autopsy, the cause of death was deemed unclear. It was later declared as a sudden heart attack. Interesting. You wouldn't have something to do with it, would you? So I bet she's gonna give me some doom prophecy. Very comforting. Interesting. That's a failed photo test, and there's somebody else with her. Negative 8.7. Oh, I hate this test. I feel generous today, so I'm going to give you 40 seconds to turn the power back on. Oh, shit. Shit. Nicely done. Looks like you'll live to examine us for another day. Although I'd still be careful. You never know, might be lurking behind a corner, or underneath the desk, or behind you. I'm just playing with you. Do what you gotta do. I'm getting bored here. Fair enough. Something tells me this ghost is pretty powerful. I shouldn't fuck with it. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Best not to hit her again.
Victoria.
Okay, you can leave. Definitely malicious, though. Glad to say goodbye to that witch. Oh, that was close. Oops, wrong one. Ooh, that was weird. Oh, looks like we have a bunny rabbit this time. Mr. Bun Bun. Owner Candace Worry, 7 years old, female, alive. Description. Mr. Bun Bun was discovered by Candace while she was egg hunting on Easter. She took the plushie home and it was quickly became her favorite doll. It's unclear who had placed the plushie in the grass. One day, Candace's mother found her crying in her room. When asked what was wrong, Candace explained there were too many Mr. Bun Buns. The mother was confused and only saw the single bunny plushie. She took it away, but Candace insisted that she missed the others. Looking behind her, Candace counted 16 more bunnies. The mother, unable to see the clones, was taken aback. When Candace guided her hand to where the bunnies were, the mother felt the presence of something unseen, something only Candace could sense. What are you hiding, Mr. Bun Buns? That's a lot of bunnies. Very negative temperature. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Nothing. Lock the door, please.
Mr. Bun Bun.
Interesting. Failed the temperature test and the photo test. All the other ones he passed. I'm curious, what will happen if I take another photo? Just a lot of fun buns, I guess. I mean, you're not particularly dangerous, but... I'm gonna put you in here anyways. You're not exactly showing any human emotion, so... That's the kind of the problem. That's right? Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Bun Bun. Can't trust you. I don't like this one. Arid. Owner Julia O'Farrell. 8 years old, female deceased. Description. Arid was a Christmas gift to Julia, and upon unwrapping it, she squealed with joy, hugging the doll tightly. However, that excitement soon turned to terror. The doll suddenly began to shake in Julia's arms, and within moments, Julia herself began to tremble violently. Her family rushed to her aid, but Julia's shaking worsened. Her eyes rolled back, foam started to pour from her mouth, and tragically she was confirmed dead shortly after. After Julia's funeral, her mother, still terrified, picked up the doll. To her horror, it began to shake again. To her panic, in a panic, the mother began punching and stabbing the doll, and finally seemed to calm down. How the fuck am I gonna do tests with this thing? We're gonna have to do this the long way, aren't we? Oops. What the fuck is with this thing?